to our journey on, where laughter and life both grow. Sunrise to sunset, hand in hand. Let's see where today will go. Stories and smiles on the homestead, where laughter and life both grow. Sunrise.
This is what happens to me constantly, and I end up taking more steps or doing this or doing that, or just constantly having to go back, get off me, fly. And we can't forget the sheriff. Hi, Giggles. Hi, baby girl. You just gonna walk on me? You just gonna walk on me? Okay. Well, welcome back to the journey, y'all. It's Monday. I actually having to record on my phone, so the Jeep's not here. I'm here by my lonesome. And whenever we went to Gumby's barbecue, I had the camera in my Jeep. Didn't record anything, but I still always take it with me just in case. And yeah, I left it in the Jeep. So, and I try not to talk, so whenever we're using that newer song, I try not to talk, you know, just to show you all stuff. But yeah, I've been working on this. I always come out and I'll do stuff on a Sunday, like if I feel like it. And I normally do not record any type of Sunday stuff. And that's what I was working on. So I came out here, and you probably also see I got some rocks laid out here. So I've been going, and I'm kind of starting that project as well. So it's just gonna be like a little circle drive along with the center part. But that over there, Gladys also wants to do kind of like a little cactus garden type thing, along with eventually I want to get a flagpole, right? Because I mean, we got that little flag thing there, like right there, but it's not good. It's not good at all. So I'm actually looking at getting a 25 or a 30 foot flagpole, preferably something, you know, veteran owned. The expandables, like I would like to have the one that is telescoping, and then we would prefer, or I would prefer, having the one that has the, what is it, the halyard, right? So it has, it's where you can do, well, no, the halyard, I guess, is the rope that goes up with the thing. Yes, so I would prefer to have the halyard, but it's one that has, what is it called? I'm drawing a blank now. The yard arm. Yeah. So that way you have the other two ropes, because we would like to be able to do, obviously, the American flag. And then on the two side yard arms, we have our Navy flag that we'd like to fly. And then possibly like a state flag, or, you know, don't tread on me flag, or just anything like that, right? But we want to be able to have options, and that's why I would like to be able to do that. And I want to be able to put that here in this area. So, and because this circle drive will kind of come back, it's just like a little quarter circle, I guess. But it's going to be plenty wide enough to where if I'm pulling a trailer in here, I can turn the trailer around. And then obviously any deliveries that we have, you know, even the bigger box trucks, they can come in here and they can get turned around without having to come in here. Obviously, this will all be done eventually, right? But right now, I'm going to be working on the 50-hour maintenance for the tractor. So I always try to include, you know, the what are they, the timestamps right down in the description of our video. I've been getting better at that. I don't always do that. So if you're not interested you know, in a lot of the things that, you know, if obviously talking, right? If you're not interested in that stuff, you just rather go watch the actual specific thing that I'm doing, that like the main event, I guess, per se, then always go down and check our description, because I might have that down in there, and you just go click to whatever you want to watch, right? We always prefer you to be here to watch the entire video, but I know that that's not always the case. So if you're only here strictly for that, then definitely get down there. So I'm gonna have to start off with only the oil for now, because right now I'm still waiting on some shipments. So I'm only gonna be able to do the oil. Well, just getting, as I'm recording right now, I'm gonna do the oil, and then I believe I have enough of the front axle gear oil. So I'm still waiting on the rest of my shipment of the transmission slash hydraulic oil. So yeah. Now I've watched a couple of videos of just like what some other folks were doing, and some of them, they were like actually removing, you know, the whole front end loader. And like, I watched someone's video, like they had an older, I think it was an older, or at least the video is 3 years old, and he was doing it then. And it shows, because he had taken off his front end loader, and it showed like this, all the hydraulic connections actually down here. That's like where the quick connect was. I was like, wow, that's kind of crazy, because mine's up here now. Like, they extended it. I don't know if that was supposed to be better or not, but this was my fix, because this little pin here would rotate and it would lift up on this collar, right? And then it would disconnect it. And then this affected these here, wouldn't allow it to go up and down. So I ended up just taking it, and at first I wrapped it with that, you know, and it did okay, but not good enough. So I ended up taking a zip tie and basically going around 2 of them. And it's not like super tight, right? It's not pulling on these or anything. It just stops that from turning to do that. So that was kind of my quick fix on that. But I'm going to be going through, I'm going to be doing the 50-hour maintenance. So follow along, I guess. Now, one of the things I am going to do, though, is take off the backhoe. I don't think I need to take off the front end loader, even though a video I watched that the guy did that. But I mean, if I need to, I will. But I am going to take this off, so I'm not going to show taking this off, putting it on. I will do that in a different video of, you know, how to do that. But yeah, for now, I'm just going to go ahead and get flipped around, because I want to set it off over here next to the house. And then I'm going to end up moving, because this right here is pretty flat ground, because I want the tractor to be on flat ground. I don't have any concrete or a shop yet, right? That's what's going here eventually. But I'm going to end up bringing the tractor back over here to actually do the work. So just to show you, I'm at my 50 hours, so 50.7. Got the backhoe taken off, so let's get started. Hey, got myself parked over here. Went and got my oil pan and just something to lay on. So obviously hood's up. Now I want to be able to also check the filters, you know, because you always want to make sure that all these filters are clean. Well, obviously removing this would help, but really all you need to do is lift it all the way up, and then make sure like this tire has to be turned a little bit for that to come out. That's it. So I'll do that like dead last once everything's done, is get in there and do those filters. So we have oil filter, right? So that's oil filter, fuel filter, oil fill, right, the cap. And then I will be getting over to do the front axles later, but that's the fill. So there's all the 50-hour maintenance, right? So you have the fill for the front axle, and then down here there should be 2. So basically where there's a yellow cap, there's a yellow cap there, There's one right there in the very center, and then there's one all the way over there on that side as well. So drill or take from this one first, right here in the center, and then once that's done, then you open these up. It's gonna make a mess, but once you've done the center one first, a majority of that should already be drained out. Okay, and then we'll come over here to this side, get down here. So that's the filter for the transmission slash hydraulic fluid. Okay, and then all the way down here at the bottom, you have your yellow cap. So basically all the cap should be painted yellow, and that's going to be the drain for the hydraulic transmission. All right, and then you also have this pipe here. So this should be the suction that goes for your hydraulic pump, right? So there's going to be a filter in there, and you need to be able to kind of take this off. So there's a little hose clamp. So you take the hose clamp off, pull that away, take those 2 bolts out, remove that, and there should be a filter in there that you just need to clean, check it and clean it, and then put it back on. All right, which you do after you drain the fluid, obviously. But all right, well, first step is going to be the oil, and the oil actually has 2 drain plugs. So one here, because you have your drive shaft that goes in between. So you want to make sure that you're doing both sides. All right, so let me go get the tools, because I want to say the 17 millimeter, or maybe that one's 17 millimeter. Let me go figure out what I need, and then we'll be right back. All right, so I got those loosened off. These are 17s. So I think I want to do one side at a time. There we go. Oh. Guess my ground isn't as level as I thought it was over here. Which I can turn this. Put the fill holes at the bottom. There we go. Let's get the other one. So made a little bit of a mess in the driveway. It happens. All right. This thing only holds, like 5 quarts. It's not a lot. I'm going to continue just to let that drip for a little bit. I'm going to go get some rags, obviously clean myself up, and I always like to wipe off the surfaces before I put the bolts back in. Just make sure there's no like dirt or anything. Wipe down my bolts, which I don't think these have a magnet, because sometimes your drain bolts have like a little magnet on it, so you can see if there's any metal shavings, but it does not look like these have that. But that's fine. Well, phone decided it wanted to overheat because I had it sitting out here in the sun, but I did get the oil plugs put back in. I do have the filter pulled out. Obviously using the wrench works great to be able to make sure that that comes out. And then I don't know, what did I do with my rag? I had a rag, folks. I don't know what I did with it. What did I do with it? I think I left it in the shop. See, this is what happens to me constantly, and I end up taking more steps or doing this or doing that, or just constantly having to go back. Get off me, fly. Having to constantly go back and forth. I don't see my rag here, which I probably left it over there, so I'll just grab a different one. See? So it always happens. Back and forth, back and forth. All right, so apparently, as I'm recording this right now, my other fluid, hydraulic fluid, should be here tomorrow. So, yeah. We'll see. We'll see what happens. So, get that all wiped down. Make sure it's nice and pretty like. If you can actually see, because I'm trying to hold the camera and do this at the same time. And then I actually have a filter kit that I bought from Amazon. It's actually the same kit that was recommended to me from Rockin' Ranch, because he has the exact same tractor. So I was like, all right, well, and I went on there, and obviously I did verify that, you know, everything that's in there is for this tractor, and it is. So if you need the link, I guess send me a text or an email, or I don't know. I might even put it down in the description. But always put it up hand tight as much as you can. And then I like to come back with a rag. All right, that should be good. Don't need to tighten that on with no wrench. So that's it. So plugs are in, filters in. So now I'll go grab my oil and I'll start refilling it. All right, so I'm not sponsored, but this is actually the oil that I'm going to be using. So actually all of my engine oil, hydraulic oil, lube oil, everything for the axle, everything's Triax. Made right here in the United States of America. It's a great product. Yeah, everything's all obviously made for diesel engines, for tractors, all that good stuff, right? Good stuff. So I couldn't find my other funnel, so I had to go make one. Yes, I love Squirt. It's one of my favorite sodas, but it doesn't want to stay in here, right? So I'm gonna have to hold it with one hand, pour with the other. So I'm gonna have to do this and then get back to y'all, because yeah, well, I might try to see if I can't set you up over here. Oh, does that work? Yeah, I think that works. That might work. So let me get my oil opened up, because this does have like a little spout. But I mean, obviously, if I was to lift up my bucket, I might be able to get to it a little easier. But I'll do it this way. I like being difficult. Yep, I like being difficult. Trying to see, because I'm not left-handed. I don't know if I have enough room to go in this way. Maybe. I just want to go slow for now. I know if you turn the jug over the other direction. Hey, I'm the one talking, not you. I'm the one talking. I'm working on the tractor. I'm trying to show them that I'm doing my oil. 50-hour maintenance. And I know they've turned the jug the other way, the other direction, that it wouldn't glug, right? It'll pour smooth. That's fine. I'm going nice and slow. Nice and slow. Yeah, I'm spilling. You let me spill, Giggles. You let me spill it. I don't want to spill it. I did spill that much. Alright, well, that's done. Yeah, next time I'll definitely lift up on the the old front end loader, or just take the loader off. I haven't done that yet, and I would like to try it. But that's good. All right, let me give it a start. That way I'll fill up the oil filter, and then we'll give it a check. I'm glad y'all didn't fall. So I do see a lot came flying out because I didn't put my cap back on though. So I'm pretty sure y'all saw that. See, that's why we can't have nice things. Now I got oil all over the place. But let's give it a check. And throw my rag everywhere. That looks good. Oh, yeah. Why, Anson? Why? See, these are little things called lessons learned. Don't leave the cap open whenever you're doing your oil. But anyway, check one on one of the three things that needs to be done for 50-hour maintenance. Okay, up next, because obviously the filter kit comes with a new air filter. So all I'm really going to do is just check it. I'm not going to replace it just yet, because I mean it really doesn't need it. But I'm going to take it over to the air compressor, just blow it out a little bit, and then come next change. Well, I mean obviously I'll continue to check it though, because if it needs to be replaced for the, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and replace it. I have it, and I'll make sure that every time I change the oil, that I'm also getting, you know, the filters, the air filter for it as well. Because, I mean, I have it. It's over here in the shop. So let me go grab that. Boom. New air filter. So, I mean, if you have it, might as well change it, right? So, with that, man, y'all are like, whew, really close. Boom. There we go. All right. So, yeah, with that being said, I mean, you can look, see. Oh, I guess you can look and see. Yeah. So, let me get this opened up. Let me get put in. And then I'll probably hold on to that one as like an emergency filter in the event, right, that I need one. And I'll be able to clean that out because it only has 50 hours on it. So, all right. Be right back. All right, there we go. So, yeah, nice, purdy, little dirty, but not bad. Like I said, I'll still hold on to it. and then go ahead and see if I can't get this back on one-handed like. Maybe. Maybe. Maybe not. Oh, I guess it helps if my clips were out, huh? See? See what happens? Trying to do this one-handed. My clips. All right, I can't do this one-handed. Whew. All right, back in. So yeah, that's a little, I don't know. For whatever reason, those little clips did not want to go because there's like little slots in the back. And obviously it is labeled top. Make sure that's to the top. That should be right in the dead center on the bottom. But anyway, that's back in. So checking the box, number 2. Okay, up next is actually going to be the front axle. I actually have enough for that. I have more than enough. So it actually takes two gallons and like 1 cup. So obviously we collect some of these, right? And I do have 2 more of these because I ended up getting 4 gallons. Comes in the kit, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and drain all this out, and then we'll get it filled up back to where it needs to be. All right. And Gladys made it back, so now I got my other camera back. All right, so let's go ahead and drain this one. Right. Oh, man, that sucker's on there, isn't it? I don't want to strip it out. Well, I mean, it shouldn't strip us square. Well, I guess it could, but. Oh, Jesus, my guy. Why? I don't know if this is gonna work. The heck, man? The hell did they put this on with? Okay, that's just twisting the metal, so that's not coming out. What the F? Like, they got that one glued in. So that means I'm just gonna have to drain from the bottom ones if I can get those out. I already know this is going to look nice. And I want to try to get some type of funnel. Plus, it's never fun doing this stuff in rocks anyway. Alright, so ultimately, I need to trim this so I can have it sitting here like that. So let me go trim this. I'll be right back. Alright, let's see if this will do anything. Let me go open up the, well, I was going to say, let me go open up the fill cap, but then it'd shoot out even further. I don't want to do that. So we'll just let it glug, 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 glug. So it doesn't want to glug, 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 glug anymore. So I did all right without making a huge mess. And I'm just going to let as much of that fluid come out as possible. So I'm going to let it sit for just a little bit. Now I got the one catch pan for right now, so I'm not bougie like Applebee's. So I'll just continue to let that drain, and then once it's basically done draining on this side, because my ground does slope just a little bit, so this is the high side, and then I'll transition over to the other side, which is, I mean, this ground is about as flat as it's going to be, but I know the other side is at least a few inches shorter on the downhill side, so I'll do that side second. Obviously, if you're doing this on flat ground, it really shouldn't matter what side you're doing it from. So let me get this side done, and then we'll go do the other side. All right. Nope. Gonna need the other wrench. Come on. There's absolutely zero reason why they should be on there that tight. None. Go ahead and hit it. Hit it with some blaster. Let's see what happens. Flip that around. I think it broke. I think it broke free. There it goes. Yeah. No reason why that should be that tight. Tell them, Giggles. No reason why it should be that tight. I'm having to damage my plug just to get it out. Nah, no. Dang geese. Why do you think everything's food? Next thing is going to be the turkeys. They don't want to come over here. Go away. I don't need your help with this. Thank you, though. I don't need your help. That'll make you sick. You can't eat that. You can't eat it. You can't. I said no. You're so stubborn. Alright, so same thing. I'm just going to continue to let that drain as long as there's a steady stream coming out. I mean, yeah, it's nice and slow, but I can already tell, you know, just from the 50-hour break-in period, it's like very, very fine. Very, very fine. You probably can't even see it on camera. But just like little particles of metal. But that's nothing big, nothing bad. Just all that first initial break-in. So I didn't see anything horrible other than these plugs being in tighter than they needed to be. Because this one, right, taking on damage just trying to get it out. So, yep. Oh well. But I'll get it back in. And some folks, they even use the Teflon tape putting this back in. So I'm not going to do that. I mean, obviously, if I see a reason to do that later, then I will. Because I got more fluid if I need to redo it. And then obviously the other reason why I'm doing this side last, which is the right side, right, is because this is where the actual fill hole is. So it allows me to turn the wheel out, and then now I don't have to turn the wheels 3 times instead of 2 times, right? Because obviously you start the tractor to turn the tire, it's not going to affect the front axle as long as you're not moving, right? Any of that. And just a very minimal amount that anything needs to travel of just turning the tires, it takes 2 seconds, right? So not going to cause any type of damage. But this is just about done, so I'm going to go ahead and get the cap put back in, and then we'll get it filled back up. Do what? You're going to have to give me a second. All right. Let's see if I can do this without needing a funnel. Yeah.
And why isn't it running through the patch of dirt?
Oh. That filled up really, really fast. Well, it's not filled, but wasn't expecting it to do that. Don't pour it too fast, I guess. Just go nice and slow. Try not to make a mess like I did. Alright. Let me finish getting this thing filled up, because it takes 2 gallons and 1 cup per the owner's manual. So, and I haven't even finished putting in the first gallon, so it's gonna take a bit. Alright, we'll see you in a second. Alright, so yeah, I even broke out the jack just to kind of help bring this side up a little bit, and it's still going down slow, right? But yeah, this is taking forever to fill. And I even double checked the book. It's 2 gallons, 1 cup of what this is supposed to hold. So I think I'm going to go ahead and let that sit for a little bit. Just let that kind of go down and then see how much more I can put in there. Okay, so for me, it still hasn't filled. I mean, it only took 1 gallon. Not even, well, no, because this whole container is 1 gallon. This is a 3.78 liters, 1 US gallon, right? So, I mean, it only took 1 liter, a little over 1, well, I guess 1.78. So almost 2 liters. So, with that being said, it really didn't want to start going down anymore. It's wanting to stay up. I don't want to overfill it. So I don't know if it's because I wasn't able to get the bolt out in the center that it didn't fully drain. But these 2 bolts are the lowest points of the axle, and I let both of them drain until, I mean, they basically stopped. So I don't know. There might have still been enough residual in there that it didn't allow it to come all the way out. So with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and take this down off the jack. I'm gonna run the tractor for a little bit, and then check the oil and just see where it is. If I need to take some out, then I will. But anyway, like I said, I even tertiaried, because you got double, triple, right? Tertiary. So anyway, I checked the book 3 times just to, make sure. And yeah, it's 2.16 gallons, US gallons, of what this is supposed to take. So that's 2 gallons and 1 cup. So, and like I said, I bought 4 gallons of this. Oh, and I didn't show this one. This is the Triax Gear Premium LS, which is the 80 weight 90 gear oil, right? So, and this is limited slip ready. So good stuff. Good stuff. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and run this like I said, because it should take the rest of this bottle. If it was drained completely. So let me fire up the tractor. Well, I need to finish the other 2 filters up in the front. So like I said, as I'm recording this right now, I still cannot do the transmission yet because I don't have all of the hydraulic fluid. So the transmission hydraulic fluid, I'm still waiting on that shipment, so I only have half of it. So yeah, I'm still waiting. It's a 5-gallon jug that I'm waiting for. So with that being said, or no, it's actually a 6-gallon jug, and then I got an additional 4 because this thing's like a little over 10 gallons. So I'm actually gonna have to get like an additional like a quart, I think, which we'll see. But anyway, with that being said, let me get this thing up and down. I just drive it back and forth a little bit, and then yeah, because like I said, I wanted to do these filters here, pull these filters out to get them all cleaned up and stuff, but I'll do that here in a little bit. So let me get it off the jack. Let's get the hood closed down, and then run it up and down. And let's not run over my hat. Yeah, that would be good. Well, so I've run it up and down the driveway, and then came back, obviously checking all the fluids once again, and oil, good to go. Front axle, I only did about 1.5 gallons, and it's actually saying overfull by quite a bit. So obviously, without being able to get that center bolt out to drain this thing, yeah. So apparently either I did something wrong, but I mean, even per the manual, and even the guy that delivered the tractor, you don't have to take the center one out. You just take out the 2 lower ones, like I did, and that's it. So, anybody else out there that obviously has a TYM 474, or even possibly the 574, I know it'd be pretty close to the same thing. Do you take out your center bolt when you drain your front axle, or just the 2 side ones at the wheels? Because everything should all be connected together, right? Should. And yeah, even though I let each side drain for several minutes, it still did not take 2 gallons of fluid back into it. So we'll see. And as of right now, it's overflowed. So I do have a fluid transfer pump that I can use, with oils and with gasolines and diesels and stuff like that. And I'm gonna have to suck some of that back out of there. So, but I'm gonna let it sit for a little bit and just see if, for whatever reason, the fluid might go down. I do have the cap just loosened a little bit, because even that little bit that I did, and as soon as I took the cap off, I can hear it gurgling, right? You can hear it bubbling. Basically, the fluid is going back where it needs to go, and the level's dropping down, but still not enough. I mean, I can even show you. I mean, that line is here, right? The top line, and I have fluid all the way up to here. Yeah, so we'll see what happens. And then if I'm able to get this the transmission and stuff done before I need to get this one put out and uploaded, I will. Otherwise, I'll have to bring it back for like a part 2 to get the chance, because it all depends. Like I said, it's supposed to come tomorrow, and as I'm recording this, we're still in the dark ages with our internet. So I had put out a short video over on our side channel, which is the Scuttlebutt with IFF. So if you are not subscribed over there, we greatly ask that you go check that out. It's greatly appreciated. And such, we obviously do a little bit of mostly just vlogging, right? That's all it is. On occasion, we'll show some behind the scenes type stuff. of, or day in the life, or just whatever it is, right, type thing. But yeah, our neighbors were out dove hunting, and I heard them dove hunting this past weekend, which was what, the 6th, the 7th. What's today? Today is, as I'm recording this, is Monday. It's the 8th, right? So that would have been, so Friday was the last time it worked. So yeah, they were out, and apparently in this area, a lot of guys, they'll shoot the doves off of the power lines. Well, yeah, I guess used to could, right, when it was only a power line, but now that it has the fiber line there as well, well, that fiber is glass, right? It's basically a glass rod that's inside, a rubber tube, and apparently they shot it and damaged it, and the guy can't just splice it. They're gonna have to replace that whole strand. And so I don't know how long, and it's only affects us, right? So where it got damaged, it only took out ours because we're at the very end of the line. So yeah, I've already called my neighbor, but he didn't pick up, so I haven't had a chance to talk to him yet. Oh, here we are into the next day, and unfortunately, I got notification that they're not able to send me that oil for the hydraulic oil transfer, right, for the transmission. So yeah, with that being said, I'm gonna get back in here. I'm gonna have to reorder it. They're sending me a refund. So with this one, it looks like it's still high. So obviously that did not drain completely. So I'm gonna have to get some of that fluid out of there. Whenever I finally get all the oil needed for the hydraulics, then I'll do another video. So, but if you did not catch us over on the side channel, which is the Scuttlebutt with IFF, we had talked about the, even though I'm having to do this in 2 parts, that I will take basically everything specific to the 50-hour maintenance of the tractor. I'll make another video that is only showing, just the maintenance, right? The maintenance part. So coming over here, getting in the Jeep because I have to go to the store. Yeah, but as I was saying, I will combine both videos back into what was needed only for the maintenance portion, okay? And then that way, anybody that's wanting or needing to see, a video for the 50-hour maintenance and kind of some of the issues that I'd had and whatnot, I'm gonna put that all together. All right, so there we go. Well, today is Gladys's birthday, so like I said, I'm heading to the store. We needed a few things. She didn't want to go anywhere to eat. Didn't want to really. She just wants to stay home and relax. But she's making some. Was it the Fresca bread type bread pizza things? Yeah. So we needed more yeast. So off to the store I go. Normally, I'm not the one that likes going to the store and doing such, but she does not want to go out today. So with it being her birthday, it's my job to go to the store. All right, y'all. Well, that's all I got for you. So we definitely thank you for joining in on our life journey and sharing us out, helping us grow. It's greatly appreciated. If you'd like to stick around a little bit further on this journey we call life, go ahead and check out this video we have right here, or the whole year's playlist over on this side. Continues to grow as the year progresses. Then icons at the top make it easy to subscribe both here and to our side channel I was talking about. Go check that out. It's greatly appreciated. And then last but not least, always get out there, thank a veteran every chance you get, not only on Veterans Day. We'll see you on the next one. Later, friends.